Welcome to Colorful Havoc number 2. Okay, so I posted 2 videos on Facebook today, and both happened to occur in the parking lot at the college in which I attend. Okay, so parking lot racism. As I said in the blooper video, I can't really say if I was a direct victim of racism, but definitely parking lot issues. Alright, twice now. So earlier, I was live and I was trying to get this one spot. It was like an awesome spot. It would have been easier for me to walk to class from this spot. And I guess the guy was either warming up his car or he knew that I really wanted that spot. And he seen what color I was and decided that, I don't want this asshole to have this spot. Now, he doesn't personally know me. He may think that I'm an asshole. A lot of people think I'm an asshole, and I'm okay with that. You have your right to your opinion. That is why we have freedom of speech. That is why this country was created or taken, depending on how you want to view that. I'm on the fence on that because my ancestors are also Native American and black and white, so I don't have the right to be a racist, but I do have the right to tell the truth. So depending on how you look at that, you could say the country was created and everyone who was already here was indoctrinated into society or taken. And let's not forget that white people were also slaves. If I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it fair. Whites, Native Americans, and blacks, all of us were slaves. All right? The ones who don't know that are you young people who don't pay attention in school. And they don't teach you everything, so carry your ass to college and learn the truth. Or as close to the truth as you can get. Like the fact that Native Americans are actually Asian. Okay, moving back on to the subject at hand. So I really wanted the spot because I have a hip replacement. And it sometimes sucks to have to work your body from one side of the parking lot all the way across the parking lot and then all the way through the second parking lot into the school. So I circled the parking lot and the guy got in the car. I figured he was going to get in and come out. So when I circled around again, he never moved the damn car. So I'm mad as hell because he won't move the car. That's the main part. Let's get to my foulness first. I'm mad as hell because I really want that spot without thinking maybe he had to warm the car up. So let's make me guilty first. That way you won't say I'm just being an ignorant ass or being a racist. Because the fact of the matter that I was pretty pissed off has a lot to do with this. You have to look at yourself first before you blame someone else for something else. You may want to see if it's really just you and not just a fact of things. He might not have been a racist, but I know he could see that I was brown, and he was not brown. So I'm not going to really call him a racist, but the event felt like racist parking issues, alright? I really would have needed that spot. So I'm going to tell you when he left, alright? So I had just found another spot, maybe 2 or 3 blocks down from him, only one lot over. We're in the same parking area, but he's in the spot where I normally would park on the top, and I had to park in the road by there, but I had to park further closer to the baseball field. Now, he was further from the baseball field, but just as close to it as me. So, in other words, my car is right here, and his car is right there, all right? And the baseball field is right here. So, if I got out, I could walk to the baseball field a lot faster than he could walk to the school. You feel where I'm going with that? If I had his spot, I could get to the school faster than I could get to the baseball field. So, like I said, my car's right here, and he's 2 over, but he's on a whole nother lot in the same big parking area, but just on another lot. And I'm not really exceptionally butthurt about it. I'm just kind of trying to understand the concept of dude look right at me, knowing that I wanted that spot. And he just didn't have the courtesy to okay, let me move and let this guy get the spot. No, he didn't do that. He moved after I got the spot that I got. Now here's where stuff gets tricky, which is why I said this may have been parking lot racism. Alright? Let me explain that, because I don't want to go out and just call an innocent person a damn racist, because that would make me a racist, because you can't just call somebody a racist without tangible proof that they actually don't like people of color. And just because you're a racist doesn't mean you don't necessarily like people of color. You just might dislike certain people of color, which generally is where I fall in. Anyway, long story short, I got in the spot that I wanted to get in, but not the spot I needed to get in. And so I'm thinking, okay, as soon as I get in, and as soon as I get out the car, this asshat pulls out of the spot. And so, me pulling a Batman from Robot Chicken, the first words that come out my mouth is MF. And I don't sugarcoat it. I straight up looked out my mouth and said, motherfucker! Because he moved after he seen me get out my car. Like, he literally waited for me to get out of the car. And then he pulled off. So, me being the smart ass that I am, I decided I'm going to get back in the car and go get that spot. As Murphy's Law would have it, I saw some other people biting for that fucking spot. So I took the better side of valor and right back into the spot that I had already got myself established in. I was not happy that I had to do that because I really wanted the other spot. But I also knew that if I drove around, then somebody not only would get that spot, but they would get the spot that I had because of me being greedy and stupid and selfish. So I decided if I just sit right here, I'll be fine. So I put the car back in the spot that I initially had, put up the e-brake, turned the damn thing, and watched the guy riding on down. Now, he didn't wave or give me the finger or anything. He didn't do anything distasteful. He just kept going. It was just a concept. Had I been of a different color, would he have moved? Because I know when I pulled up behind him, he seen me with the flashing lights, which means that he could come out so I could come in. And that just wasn't a fucking option from where he stood. He didn't feel that he needed to move, and I get that. I understand that. But he also saw me, all of this. And I saw him. And yeah, I'm a man of color, and he is a man of not of color. So it may have been parking lot racism. It may not. I don't really want to turn it into parking lot racism, but I felt that it was parking lot racism for the simple fact that I needed that spot because this big gash on my fucking hip from joining the ARMI to Y. But I figured, he might have been polite, and I was wearing my army jacket, so there's no way he couldn't tell that, it's written right on the jacket. It's right there on the jacket. So I figured he might give me a break, because no one really gives service people a break. No one really thanks servicemen for their service. Whenever I see a soldier in uniform, I thank them for their service. Anyway, and if I find out you're a soldier and I missed you and I didn't thank you for your service, then I'm thanking you for your service right now. So thank you for your service. But, the thing is, I had a hip replacement. I'm not using it as an excuse, but it would be a fuck ton easier to carry this heavy ass backpack on the top parking lot because it goes straight to the main entrance versus carrying it from way back in the second row of the top parking lot next to the baseball field to have to walk all the way there. I can only sit for yay so much time because my hip, I think the object of the surgery was to make it so I could do more things. The problem is I can't sit for more than 2 hours without being in pain. And I'm not going to take any painkillers because then I'll be not able to drive and I won't be able to work. And the Army only pays me $269 a month. So, you feel the pros and cons there? Yeah. So that being said, I'm pretty sure that it might be me, but I kind of feel that it was parking lot racism. So thank you guys for watching. Beware of the next video.